And this is when my eyes became truly glued to the screen, because from then on, I had no idea what was coming. I had no idea how things were going to play out. And I was. Welcome back, movie fans. We are continuing our run through of the London Film Festival 2022 with the return of Park Chan-wook. Decision to Leave tells the story of a seasoned detective who investigates the mysterious death of a man on a mountaintop. Soon, he begins to suspect Seo-rae, the dead man's widow, while being unsettled by his growing attraction to her. When a new movie comes from the Master Craftsman behind such greats as Oldboy and The Handmaid, I'm going to have my eyes on it, and I couldn't wait to get a chance to watch this ever since it premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. The man just knows how to deliver an unsettling thriller, and he also knows how to craft a genuine romance, as we've seen from his two greatest works. And those elements are all familiar here. They are present, and he's also a very meticulous storyteller. Every frame in his movies is precise. It is filled with little details that lend to the story in big and small ways. And one of the big surprises that he delivers with this is a big comedic take on classic detective stories and mystery thrillers. This is very much Vertigo meets In the Mood for Love, but by Park Chan-wook's twisty yet assured hand. Intricate editing decisions kept me on the edge of my seat. They're mesmerizing to watch. You are hypnotizing by how sometimes the film literally flows from shot to shot. He has such a unique way when it comes to his visual storytelling in his movies. You don't even have to think about the editing. The movie just moves from one scene to the next, and it just feels absolutely natural. This dude is a master when it comes to direction and the way he cuts his movies. For many people, his movies feel entirely too long. That may be an issue here, and we'll talk about it later for other reasons, not so much the direction. But when it comes to his editing, it's just fantastic to watch. No one cuts a movie like he does. It lends to the mystery being unraveled in such engaging ways. It's as if the director is playing mind games with us, the audience, much like the femme fatale is alluring our lead detective in this psychologically seductive cat and mouse game where the power balance is constantly shifting with these two incredible performances, so mysterious, so filled with layers. And it's a movie that moves surprisingly swiftly, at least for the first half, which I was not expecting. And as much as it enthralled me with strong thematics on obsession, lust, and temptation for the forbidden, it is the spectacularly unorthodox humor that brings it all together. Park Chan-wook just knows how to reach into the darkest depth of humanity with such quirky humor that is so offbeat, and much like his editing style, much like his cutting, you won't find a style of humor like this anywhere else. He seeps into the darkest scenes and manages to bring out a ray of light that will make you laugh out loud, and the characters in his movie as well. They're completely caught unawares of certain ridiculous situations, and it's the way he's able to balance all the nuance with so many different tones, from romance to thriller to mystery to comedy, that is so admirable, particularly in that first half, because it reaches a certain point in this film where the story feels done. It reaches the natural climax, but you're only halfway through. And this is when my eyes became truly glued to the screen, because from then on, I had no idea what was coming. I had no idea how things were going to play out, and I was somewhat disappointed. The second half of the film really doubles down on the neo-noir aspect as Park Hae-il's detective becomes haunted by the memory and his involvement with femme fatale Tang Wei. Two spectacular performances, and as her memory seeps deeper and into the darkest corners of his mind, the film fully embraces this romance aspect of itself, but it never fully clicked for me. it was probably the side of the film I was least invested in. It doesn't dive any deeper into the character's psyche, not in as compelling ways as the first half did, where the distinct, quirky sense of humor completely disappears, making it all too familiar with classic noirs of old. And I love noir, it's one of my favorite genres, but this adds new layers to how the story unfolds to the point where it becomes convoluted. It's not a benefit to the narrative anymore, and so many of the same beats are repeated without anything new to it, any new element, any new perspective added. I just felt like doubling down on what we already did in the first half was very much a detriment to how the story played out. Nothing is lost from a direction standpoint, from the mesmerizing editing, a haunting score that really stays with you, really gorgeous, delicate, but really intense when it needs to be. But the script is ultimately what let this one down quite a bit for me from the spectacle that I was witnessing in that first half. Not to say that it's a bad movie, so do not get mad at me and let me know your thoughts on Decision to Leave in the comments below before I move on to my final thoughts. I need you to start the discussion down there, and if you're enjoying my London Film Festival reviews, there's more right up here, or if you're just enjoying this review, or if you just love movies and TV, this is the place to be, so consider clicking that subscribe button and you won't miss any future conversations on your favorite movies and TV. Park Chan-wook skillfully helms Decision to Leave with mesmerizing transition in a simultaneously tense and humorous cat and mouse game. He brings his unique unorthodox style, but the substance is just all too reminiscent. The movie conquered my curiosity with the laughs and the thrills, but just never my investment with the romance. I'm giving Decision to Leave a B. And that is my maybe unpopular take on Park Chan-wook's latest. I need to know what you make of it in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining my LFF coverage this year, and thank you to my channel members for always supporting the channel. I'll be back very soon with more LFF reviews, and so until then, love each other and love the movies.